Kids of the 80s and 90s, what was your favorite arcade game? The Simpsons and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Golden Axe, Gauntlet, Joust, Cruising USA, Ghosts and Goblins. My favorite and also my most hated, Marvel vs. Capcom 2. Street Fighter. Time Crisis 2 was awesome. Always worth the money. Operation Wolf, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, RoboCop and Simpsons. All got roughly equal playtime. Double Dragon, Galaga and Mortal Kombat. Dig Dug, Time Pilot. Pac-Man, already an oldie but goodie when I was a kid in the 90s. Space Invaders of course, but also loved Galaga, Galaxians, Frogger, Donkey Kong, Asteroid, and Daley Thompson's Decathlon. Ye Are Kung Fu, Galaga and Hydro Thunder. Maybe Gauntlet Legends or the arcade Star Wars trilogy. I think it was this pinball machine called Pinbot. What celebrity can you simply not stand, even if everyone else likes them? Jennifer Lopez. I'll watch some of her movies. I'll listen to some of her songs, but she's a mediocre actress and a mediocre singer. She's aged well and has style, but she's a narcissistic shit human being. Jesus, these comments are nothing but people who are widely disliked, even if popular. Oh wow, you hate the Kardashians. So bold. Fuck that. I came here to see people tell me why they hate Dave Grohl or Keanu. Drake. Nick Cannon. Dude. Stop with the kids already. Oprah Winfrey, something about her just seriously irritates me. Beyoncé. People seem to worship her, but she's just someone with a good head for business and mediocre pop music. Goddamn Ryan Seacrest. How is he relevant? Seacrest out, what a douche. In an unbiased way, what religion do you think has the highest chance of being true? Don't have a good answer for your excellent question, but I'll fucking eat my hat if it's the Mormons. Doug Forsett. Whatever religion is the most comfortable with its followers raising questions. As an atheist, I'd say maybe Taoism. I doubt the ritualistic aspects hold any water, but a lot of the broad philosophical points found in the Tao Te Ching seem to have some merit. All hail the Hypnotoad. You'll know when the sign appears. Gozer the Traveler. He will come in one of the pre-chosen forms. During the rectification of the Vuldrini, the Traveler came as a large and moving Torg. Then, during the third reconciliation of the last of the McKettrick supplicants, they chose a new form for him that of a giant slore. Many Shuvs and Zils knew what it was to be roasted in the depths of the slore that day. I can tell you, serious single people. What is something you like about being single? I like the freedom that comes with being single. I don't have to worry about compromising my own desires to accommodate someone else's needs, and I get to choose how I spend my time and prioritize things that I find important. Big bet all mine. Nothing. I mean, I've been single for 10 years or so. It was so beautiful, peaceful during the first few years. But recently I can finally feel the loneliness slowly creeping in. I don't want to be alone anymore. It's hard. But to each their own. You can do whatever you want to do when you want to do it. Sometimes I like just doing nothing or going somewhere with no real end goal. There is no tension for a Valentine's Day gift. Can instantly decide to backpack without thinking about coming back home for a week. It's so carefree. The only messes I need to clean up are my own. Serious, what crime do you really want to see solved and justice served? Jennifer Geese. She went missing in Florida, then authorities found her car had been abandoned and moved. They have a photo of the suspect moving her car, but his face is obscured by a fence. She's never been seen again. Brian Schaffer, the guy who walked into a bar in Ohio and was never seen leaving and was never heard from again. What did Scott Peterson do to Lacey Peterson? My best friend, Sean Bach, was murdered in a hit-and-run in Albuquerque, New Mexico just a few years ago. I wanted to find the posse that killed him more than anything. What hobby can someone have that raises an immediate red flag? A lot of non-hobbies in here. I work at a casino. Gambling is my answer. People who like to find tiny and cramped caves to climb in and squeeze through. I am scared of you. A lot of people don't seem to know what a hobby is. Collecting serial killer memorabilia, Dahmer's glasses, Gacy's paintings, etc. Collecting shrunken heads. Filling the entirety of our Ask Reddit with sexual questions and male vs female questions. Collecting the condoms of your sexual partners and making a scrapbook based around the subject. Yes, I knew a girl who did this and she was a crackpot. No, I was not in the scrapbook, but many friends were. What actions are you taking in your life that you believe are improving the world? Drinking myself into oblivion. Pretty much the only thing I can do as one singular person, which is be kind to people. I am very intentionally kind to others and I do think it improves the immediate areas around me. I'm cultivating psilocybin. Nothing. When I finally get the balls to kill myself, that's going to be the best thing for the world that's in my power to do. I try to be kind to everyone I encounter, think before I speak. I take other people's feelings into consideration before acting. I also feed homeless folks year-round. I am a one-man sandwich making operation in Richmond, Virginia. I like to scrunch up my water bottles when I throw them away. That way they take up less space in the trash. I vote and pay taxes, my total obligation. Learning skills. Helping my friends and family. Killing myself. Suicide by degree. What does it feel like to ask the same fucking questions every 10 days? Ask me again in 10 days. Would you stay inside your house with no silverware for 3 days for $15 million? Reddit, how did you the sex and the sex? Every 10 days seems pretty generous. What do women find sexy in a man? In my years on here I've probably seen that one 471,892 times. Reads our Today Learn post. Wow, that's interesting. I should share this newfound knowledge. Posts it on our Today Learned. Not as bad as when they're asked daily. This again? Like it's a community with thousands of people who aren't always following the sub closely for weeks on end to know that the same questions are getting asked over and over. Ironically, I've seen this exact question get asked a lot here. Lol. Easy karma most likely, right? What do people in other countries think about other countries thinking about other countries' thoughts? Fucking stupid shit. What do you wish you were snacking on right now? Cashew nuts? Hands down the best nut in the world and much better than D's nuts. The sweet, salty crunch of a stable economy. Doritos. Those little rye crisp things you find in Chex Mix. They look like little round pieces of toast. Sour cream and onion chips. Salty snacks at night are the best. Sour cream onion Pringles, my ex. Chocolate. Popcorn, something wet, juicy and that squirts. Cake. I could go for some of what my mom called tiger meat. Thin slices of sirloin steak from the night before fried in butter. With seasoned salt. Wiener Schnitzel. Honey Nut Cheerios, Blue Crab Claws. Taki Waves, they're the best kind of Takis. Spam musubi. Sydney Sweeney. Dates. Big Mac with extra mac sauce. Human remains. Human flesh. Ideally with some fava beans and a nice Chianti. What are some free things to do when you're bored? Read. The ducks at the park are free for the taking. Learn new cool things. I've opted out of all kinds of things throughout my life because of everyone saying that it was hard. I realized they were only saying that because they knew nothing about whatever it was. I'm 33 now and finally getting into all kinds of awesome things. Learning is your friend. Go to the library. Volunteer. Exercise. Pursue a hobby. Knit, cross-stitch, sew, etc. Go to your nearest park, lay a blanket down on the grass, and just chill baby. Close all electronics and connect with anything your pets, the outdoors, other people. Practice wildlife photography. Draw, write, watch videos to learn life skills like sewing, cooking, vehicle maintenance, etc. Work out, take a walk, listen to music, talk to a friend. Endlessly scroll on Reddit. What celebrity would you be devastated to discover is a garbage human? Bob Ross, Dolly Parton, Danny DeVito, Paul Rudd, Brendan Fraser. I can't see how that's possible. Weird Al, Mr. Rogers. I was pretty sad to find out that Chevy Chase sucked. Frowning face. David Attenborough, Julie Andrews, Hosier, Keanu Reeves, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, John Cena does all the make-a-wishes and seems chill. Adam Savage. Everything he's posted on Tested is such a huge inspiration. I'd hate to find out he's different IRL. Dan Levy because he's so well-rounded and such a talented actor. Paul Rudd, Keanu Reeves, Jack Black, Sir Patrick Stewart, Cillian Murphy. I love him too much. Ian McKellen. I'd be crushed if anything untoward was discovered about David Attenborough. He's been my hero for my whole life. Andrew Garfield, Dave Grohl, Jack Black, Raffi. What is a common belief people have that has no actual proof? That evolution produces optimal creatures. It's a fundamental misunderstanding of how evolution works and a complete denial of the evidence that indicates that evolution results in plenty of dead-end species and outcomes that are just good enough to keep breeding. You know those news trends that only exist to scare suburban parents, like to date myself a bit Gen Chem, rainbow parties, etc. I think those are pretty common. That the push to open tab on the macaroni cheese box is supposed to work. That vaccines cause autism. Lightning never strikes twice in the same place. The plural of an octopus is octopi. Actually, it's octopuses. This is so because it is a Greek, not Latin root. That the earth is flat. What food looks disgusting but tastes great? Mussels. Stew. Passion fruit looks like vomit frog spawn but tastes great. Cream chipped beef. Finnish Easter food mammy. Depending on how you feel about penicillin, cheese I guess. Several people I know are put off by various cheeses' appearances but will eat them happily, hidden in food or chopped up or melted, etc. Black pudding, fresh oysters. Ops mom. Satay chicken pizza from Mr. and Mrs. Pizza on Canterbury Road, Melbourne House. Looks like the bad variety of vomit. Taste is a harmonious duet of pizza and, you guessed it, drool. Twin Bings. Head cheese. Braunschweiger. Lentils. My homemade baba ganoush. I leave some of the charred skin in and use tons of parsley. Tastes great but looks sad. Bubble squeak can look a bit dodgy but tastes great. Pea soup. Mofongo. Morcilla. Sashimi. What is a part of history that we consider to be a fact is 100 fake? Einstein never failed math. The rumor started from Ripley's Believe It or Not, and Einstein actually responded to them saying, "I never failed in mathematics. Before I was 15 I had mastered differential and integral calculus." He wasn't very good at the non-science related classes though, and did fail French. Martin Luther never nailed his 95 Theses to a church door. They were distributed in a series of letters. There is a joke saying that Austria's greatest success is making everyone believe that Mozart was Austrian and Hitler was German. Not sure if quite at the level you're asking for, but it seems to be common knowledge that people didn't fight back against Germans in World War II, and it's because they didn't have guns or were cowards. They fought back a lot. The largest was likely. It just turns out that normal people fighting against a military tend to do poorly. And if you were Jesus Christ, what would be your best excuse for taking so long to come back? I took a left turn at Albuquerque. Dude, my blood is literally wine. Do you have any idea how drunk I am 24/7? Shive my bad, I slept in. The Bill Hicks bit about people wearing crosses. I was left terribly traumatized since my last visit. You people suck. I am not even sure I want to be here right now. Go away, Baden. Probably. Just stepped out for some cigarettes. What's the big deal? But I've came back every era. Now I'm here for you. The end of the world and the reckoning are personal events, and this, my son, is yours. What happened to me the last time I paid a visit? I was waiting for you guys to be worth saving again. Lost myself in kinks after getting nailed so hard I couldn't walk for days. Took some me time to get my life in order. Sorry I'm late, guys. Laundry day. Serious, what was the fastest way you have seen someone ruin their life? A 16 years old at the time murdered my friend's dad for money. He tried to hide his face but didn't hide his tattoos. He was tried as an adult, and last I checked, he got something like 40 or 50 years. Sometimes I think about that and imagine what it's like to spend your youth in prison. Not that I feel bad for him. Meth and cocaine. They take hold and are very difficult to manage in moderation. When I was in the Marines, our company commander, a captain, got arrested in front of the entire company and taken away in handcuffs for selling and distributing child porn on the government computers. I'd how long he was up to it for not long, but the arrest just took a few minutes. Pretty fast life-ruining event. What child-friendly movie left you traumatized? The Fox and the Hound. Fucking Bambi. My mom died and I watched that movie a few months after and nobody told me Bambi's mom died. That part of the Brave Little Toaster where the AC window unit dies a fiery death. The Land Before Time. Specifically the fight between Littlefoot's mom and the Sharptooth. The Bridge to Terabithia. Watership Down, my girl. When Vada starts crying about how he needs his glasses, it gets me every time. E.T., Pinocchio 1940, Watership Down. I don't know who decided to put it in the kids section in the rental place, but they were fucking wrong. According to my parents, The Lion King. And Toy Story. And pretty much any movie with loud noises. I was a total pussy as a kid. And autistic. All dogs go to heaven. The "you can never come back" scene gave me nightmares. What are your thoughts on Twitter shutting down? And nothing of value was lost. Doesn't affect my life in the slightest. Twitter can collapse and vanish forever. People will just have to do something else while sitting on the toilet. Reject modernity. Return to monkey AIM. I didn't know it was shutting down. It's been great, seeing Ol Muskie demonstrate basically every negative stereotype about billionaires. Good. Time for something new. I'm kind of entertained and I hope it goes south fast. What celebrity downfall did you actually feel bad for? Jake Lloyd. I was reading into what happened to him after watching Jingle All the Way and recognizing him as a young Anakin Skywalker. Apparently Hollywood and the Star Wars franchise in particular, really got to him, and he wound up being diagnosed with paranoid schizophrenia. It's a shame learning of these unfortunate stories concerning child actors. You can't help but want to root for them. But the reality of their situation is often disappointing. 100 Brendan Fraser. He was sexually assaulted, tried to bring it to light, and Hollywood cast him out for it. Couldn't get acting roles for many years. Editors need to add that the person who assaulted him was a Hollywood executive. Do you think pretty privilege is a real thing? Why or why not? Lost weight, got treated better. Yes. Because there's been actual studies indicating that people are more likely to think an ugly person committed a crime than an attractive person. It is scientifically paper proven. It is what it is. It's a fact. It's been proven. Oh, absolutely. There are plenty of studies that have shown how prevalent it is, and just about everyone who doesn't meet society's demands in the looks department in one way or another had plenty of stories to tell. Oh, 1 million. It's a fact. Me dressed up versus me not bothering can attest to that. I believe many women can relate. Yes, it's real. I can swing easily from pretty to plain Jane. I enjoy life way more when I'm pretty. It's just a fact. Nothing to think about. I've never seen a balding, beer gut-toting man get out of a traffic ticket by batting his eyes.